and I beat him to become the first professional karate champion out in San Antonio, Texas. That's when we decided to have pro karate.
Yeah.
In 1969, I defeated Mike Stone. I swept him and put Rick's hand, counted him. That was his only defeat as a black belt, was me. I don't think he competed since then. Mike Stone, great man. That was my idol.
Yeah,
but
good.
Everybody can be beaten, you know. Ain't nobody indispensable. I mean, look at NASCAR, you know. All them top champions. Look at the golfers. All those top champions. Everybody gets beaten once in a while, sometime. Mike Stone had 91 straight victories, and that was the second or third place. His only defeat come to my hand as a black belt. Yeah, I beat my idol. That's good. If he wasn't good, I wouldn't even mention it. He's one of the best.
Yeah.
Then, 1970, at the, that was out in California. That was in 69. In 1970, I defeated Bill Superfoot Wallace.
Superfoot Wallace?
Now, like I said, you're going to telegraph. And if I control your elbow, I'm going to control any punch or block or anything that you try and throw at me. See, if I'm one step away from you, I can control your arms at your shoulder. If I'm 2 steps away, I control your elbow. If I'm 3 steps away, I control your wrist. If I'm 1 step, I control your hip. If I'm 2 steps, I control your knee. If I'm 3 steps, I control your ankle or your lower calf. Bill Wallace, I move in. I don't back up and try and block his kick. It's too fast. Just like Chuck Norris spinning back kick. Joe Louis side kick. I raise my arms straight out, and pat my ribs. I said, here, come in and throw your kick in there. Joe Louis going to grab your sleeve, hold your sleeve, snatch your arm up, and break your wrist with his side kick. That's what he trying to do. When he grabbed my arm, I don't try and pull away from it. I drop my elbow down to protect my wrist where he can't kick my wrist, dropping my leg down on his ankle, his leg, and then punching him upside the head. That's how I beat Joe Louis most of the time, or either with a reverse punch.
Yeah.
These are my techniques, and don't be telling everybody all of my techniques, man.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready.
Well, go ahead and tell some of them, you know. Yeah, I play with Bill Wallace's leg, hitting at his leg, and then time to get ready to lift his leg, I move in and I cover his knee. And if you cover a person's knee, they can't kick you. Put your hand on somebody's knee and see if they can kick you. No way. But see, these karate people nowadays, Mr. T, they want to try and play a person's style. Oh, what style is he? Where he going? It doesn't matter what style of karate a person is. The human body is the same. The human body is what you play. Everybody's heads is in the same spot. Everybody's arms move the same way. I don't care what style or what kind of technique you try and throw. Your arms move in the same way. And they can be controlled at the shoulder or at the elbow or at the wrist. They can be controlled in a circular motion. They can be controlled at an angle, a 45-degree angle. Play the human body instead of a person's style of karate. How he stand, how he punch, where he hold his hand, you know, and all that crap. It doesn't matter. The human body. A Russian body is put together the same as a Chinese body. The Chinese eyes are just more slanted. A Korean, it doesn't matter what style of karate is. A Korean legs and arms is put on his body the same as a Japanese or an American or a Mexican. It doesn't matter what country you're from, your body is the same. Now, if you're from space, Mars somewhere, and your body is different, your head ain't the same space, or you got 3 legs and 5 arms or something other, then we got to make some adaptation. Then Vic Moore going to have to go back to the drawing board. You see what I'm saying, Mr. T?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Mr. T, the body is the same all over the world.
Yeah.
Now, it's just like a building block. If you're going to build a house, you're going to have what kind of foundation? A solid, flat foundation. You ain't going to build a house on a hill, slanted. Your walls are going to be what? Straight. Your roof is going to be generally at an angle. Now, I know in some of them old countries, they just got a flat roof, but basically any construction worker is going to have a roof at an angle so that the rain and the snow and everything runs off. That's why your block, the high block, is at an angle so that the blow glance down, off, deflects to the side, not lifting your arms straight across.
Yeah.
You don't block outside your body, swing your arm and block over to the shoulder. You done left your center, your body wide open. See, y'all playing a style instead of the human body. If I bring my arm across my body at a 45-degree angle, you got to now come around my arm. And all I got to do is move my arm 2 or 3 inches in any direction and deflect your arm. But if my arm is out over my shoulder, I got my whole inside of my body open. Now you got to be 3 times faster than your opponent. You don't have to be as fast as your opponent if you use theory. We fight with theory. Vic Moore teach you theory. And that's why I invite y'all to join my Traditional World Karate Association.
Sure, give out that website. Yeah.
TWKA.co. TWKA.co. My Traditional World Karate Association. That's how you learn this stuff. Y'all want to learn more about karate and all? Now, anybody can fight. You don't have to know karate to know how to fight. I knew how to fight way before I learned karate. And so does everybody else out there. Everybody know how to fight. You may not fight good. You may get your tail whipped, but at least you know how to fight. You throw your hands up or you start swinging your arms and screaming and hollering. But karate teaches you to defend yourself a lot better because it's minimum effort for maximum result. You're on a solid foundation. All animals, when they get ready to fight, they lower their back legs and ready to spring out. That's why Fred Wren and Steve Sanders Muhammad, Mike Stone, and Vic Moore, we fought from that Mashirin Dachi, that back leg lowered down, and we'd be ready to spring in there on you. Look at all the animals, every animal you can think about, tiger, snake, dog, cat, bear, whatever. It lowers its body to be ready to spring into action. You don't see it jumping up and down, running around. Mr. T, all these instructors got their students jumping and running around the ring, bouncing up and down, jumping forward and back. That's not karate. That's why Vic Moore beat everybody, because I fight from a solid stance. That's why Fred Wren won most of his tournament, because he got down in the stance and fought. That's why Jimmy Jones, Artie Simmons won the majority of the tournament, because he fought from a stance. That's why Mike Stone beat up so many different people, because he got down in that Mashirin Dachi stance and knocked a guy upside his head so fast he didn't know what was happening. I'm not the only one. There were several good fighters out there. Hundreds of them. Nowadays, you just got a bunch of Mickey Mouse people out there jumping up and down, running around, calling themselves doing karate. Just because you got a karate belt on don't mean you're doing karate. Just because you swing your leg up there. And that MMA.
You have started
MMA.
that.
They call it ultimate fighting. Call it something else. What What you say, Mr. T?
Hey, kind of tell us how y'all guys started that, how you started the first MMA full contact back in the days before.
Well, we used to hit pretty hard and all, and it got out of hand control with us. See, back in the days, to get a point, you had to go in, hit the guy lightly with control, without hitting his knee coming in or hitting his arm coming in. If it hit something on the way in, it was deflected, no point. If you hit a person too hard, no point, no control. Karate tournaments was developed off of discipline, control, adequate. Nowadays, it's just brawling, just fighting. Well, if I got in on you and the judge didn't see it, he says, I didn't see it. No point. I couldn't see it. Well, we got discussed this sometimes. Said, you didn't see it? By judge, you're going to see this next one coming in. Bam! Did you see that? A guy, he gasping for breath. Yeah, okay, point. So we got a little beside ourselves on that. And we tap a guy upside the head. Not hard enough. It's just I didn't see it. Yeah, okay, Mr. Judge, you're gonna see this one. Bam! When we hit the guy upside the head, you seen that one? Did you? Point. Well, we used to have debate. Jim Harrison, where you at, Jim Harrison? Demonstrate the contact. Jim Harrison says, it's going to be just light contact to the head like this. Boom! You call that light contact? Massachusetts used to look at us and say, not quite that hard, fellas, you know. Because the tournament promoter used to always demonstrate the contact that would be allowed. Jim Harrison go in there, throw a punch to the guy's rib, fold him over. It's going to be moderate contact like that.
Yeah.
So, Joe Louis, you know, and several of the guys said, well, why don't we start making some contact? Let's allow some contact. We're supposed to be in shape. Well, true, yeah, we are in shape. And most of us could take a hard blow. Even to the head. We could take a hard blow. You know, we draw a little blood. That's okay. And we'll sit down and go out and eat together afterwards, you know. Joe Louis and I used to fight each other like cat and dog. Most people came to tournaments back in the days just to see Joe Louis and I beating the stew out of each other with control. We hit each other hard with control. And then we go out and eat. Oh, I thought y'all didn't like each other. I thought y'all, well, we don't like each other, but we sit down and eat together. No, we liked each other, you know, no. But they thought, you know, we was enemies because we fought so hard in the ring. You know, look at Artie Simmons and I and Jimmy Jones. We fight each other hard and slept in the same hotel room together and ate and went to the tournament together. Geez, I mean, in the ring is one thing, and then when you leave the ring, you know, you comrades.
Yeah.
So we decided that we're going to have some hard contact. Well, then we better be putting some gloves on some kind of way. Joe Louis and I, we went on the Merv Griffin national TV show in New York back in '69, and we introduced full contact karate to the American public. Now, Joe Louis gets the credit for bringing full contact, but he wasn't by himself. There was some others. I had to be there. Joe Louis wasn't kicking and punching himself on the Merv Griffin national TV show, was he? Was he going kick at his own head and punching? No, it was the two of us, but they don't want to give the minorities any credit for anything. Look, well, I never heard of you. Well, I asked the writers. Ask Black Belt Magazine. Oh, I've got several little articles in there, but they didn't put us on the front cover. Ask Steve Sanders Muhammad out of